Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Very good. Good afternoon, everyone. Today is Monday, December 9th at 4 o'clock for a special council meeting, and we will begin with the roll call.
Councilmember Bausch.
Present.
Councilmember Gregory.
Here.
Councilmember Roden.
Here.
Councilmember Strong.
Here.
Mayor Hammond.
Here. If you would, let's stand and let Councilwoman Sharon Roden lead us in the flag salute.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
On my right, staff introductions. Melissa.
Melissa Boyer, City Clerk, joined by Shauna Howenstein, Civic Engagement Coordinator, and Karen Jackson, IT Technician.
Ryan Cornell, Administrative Services Director.
Rita Berman,
Operations Manager.
Chris Hewitt, Assistant City Manager.
And do we have anybody online from staff?
Yes, we do. We have
Elizabeth Hall, City Attorney.
Okay, we have Ty and Elizabeth online. Very good. Thank you for joining us. Moving on, we have next public comment. There really is no public comment. The reason is this is a special meeting and public comment will be limited to the agenda item, which will be able to be heard at the time the agenda item is being read. So next up then is going to be the discussion items, declaration and certification of election results for Measure I-24. Who has that report? Chris?
Mayor, I just have some very preliminary comments. Both the items this evening on your agenda are related to the voter approval of Measure I-24, the half-cent sales tax, the continuation of a half-cent sales tax that was approved originally in 2012. Because the state of California collects and administers local sales tax for cities and counties throughout the state, we're required to get certain documentation and certain actions taken prior to certain dates. And unfortunately, our regular city council meeting dates did not fall within the window that they've specified. So therefore, both these items this evening are related to the passage of I-24. So I'll turn the first item over to Ms. Boyer.
Very good. Melissa, you have the report.
Yes, pursuant to Section 36503 of the California Government Code, the City of Paso Robles holds its general municipal election on the same day as the statewide general election. Earlier this year, City Council approved resolutions 24066 and 24067, calling for a general municipal election to be held on Tuesday, November 5th, 2024, and for that election to be conducted by the San Luis Obispo County Election Department. The City Council also approved Resolution 24069, calling for the placement of a general tax measure on the ballot for consideration. The measure was regarding extending the term of the current 1/2 cent sales tax to remove the 12-year sunset. The measure was designated as City of Paso Robles Measure I-24. The county clerk has conducted the official canvass of votes cast in the November 5th, 2024 election and has declared and certified the results. Total voter registration for the City of Paso Robles was 18,731, with a total number of 14,860 votes cast citywide, resulting in a 79.33% voter turnout. Ballot measure I-24 regarding a transactions and use tax required a simple majority of 50% plus 1 to pass. Ballot measure I-24 passed, receiving 54.42% of the votes. It's recommended that the City Council approve Resolution 24-XXX, reciting the facts of the general municipal election held on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the results of measure I-24.
Okay, so now that we have read the actual results, any comment from direction from staff here from questions to Melissa? Chris, go ahead.
Melissa, so this was certified by our own clerk recorder. Do these results have to be certified by the state as well?
They are certified by each county, and the results are given to the state, as I understand it.
The state does not have to certify these results in order for us to pass this?
No.
Elizabeth, can you give any further insight on that?
Sure. No, the state is not necessarily
that it is not necessary for the state to certify these results. The process is that the county in which the election is held certifies the results, and then it comes to the city, and we accept that certification through the resolution that you're acting upon tonight.
Thank you for the clarification.
Okay, any other questions?
Yeah.
Strong?
My question is, I understand that the Board of Supervisors is the local arm of the state, so that would be true. But if we're certifying the election results, why do we have to certify this and not the general election results?
So we will take a subsequent action related to the seating of the council members on the 17th. This one we're just bringing to you early because of the time frame required by CDTFA to get the documents to them. It was a timing issue as it relates to this specific item.
All right, so we still have to certify the other, but we're not going to do that until the 17th. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
Thank you.
Yeah,
That's correct.
specifically for Measure I-24 only tonight. That was the reason. So. Okay, we'll then open it up to anyone in the public. Dale?
My only comment is Merry Christmas to everybody, and thanks again for all the city's help on the parade. It was a big success. If any of you saw it, some of you might have seen it from the trolley. Anyway, the Vine Street is coming up, and we're worried about rain, but Norma says rain or shine, it's going. Come and watch it. Right. Thanks for the city's help.
Thank you. Anyone else on this item tonight, I-24? Okay, we'll see you now. We'll bring it back then to council for discussion and or direction. Pro Tem Gregory?
So I'm ready to make a recommendation of approval. So we're doing item 1 first, correct? So I'd like to make a recommendation. Yes. We approve resolution 24XXX, reciting the facts of the general municipal election held on November 5th, 2024, and declaring the results of Measure I-24.
Second.
Okay, motion by Gregory, second by Roden. Any discussion?
I do have a question for the city.
Go ahead.
City attorney. And declaring the results of Measure I-24 are certified by the city council, or is it just the way, is it okay the way it's written?
It's fine the way the motion is written. It's the resolution that's effective, and the resolution has everything in it that we need.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Okay, very good. All right, well, no further questions, then we'll go ahead and call for the question, Melissa.
Councilmember Gregory?
Aye.
Councilmember Roden?
Aye.
Councilmember Bausch?
Yes, to approve the resolution.
Councilmember Strong?
Yes.
Mayor Hammond?
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay. Next, we have item 2, F2, and that is the Measure I-24 transaction and use tax approval of State of California Department of Tax and Fee Preparation Administration agreements. Ryan, you're going to have that one for us.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor and City Council. Ryan Cornell, Administrative Services Director. On June 4th, 2014, City Council approved placing a half-cent transaction and use tax extension measure, Measure I-24, on the November election ballot. Now that it's been fully certified, we can move forward with doing the documentation necessary to fill out with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration, CDTFA. There's a number of documents that they require, and so the action before City Council tonight is to authorize the Director of Administrative Services to execute all of these agreements as necessary. So there are 3 resolutions for council's consideration. The first one is authorizing the director to complete the paperwork with CDTFA. The second resolution allows the city to examine the detailed sales tax transactions that are generated from this measure. The fourth one, or the third resolution, expresses the city council's intent, which is to prioritize the spending or this fund on road maintenance and the like. And then lastly, to authorize the Director of Administrative Services to make all the necessary actions to implement the tax, as well as subject to any minor technical or non-substantive changes approved by the city manager and city attorney. With that, Mr. Mayor, happy to answer any questions you may have.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Questions of Ryan Cornell? Sharon?
Though you specified that the prioritization is for roads, it is I don't see it on the actual resolution. The 20, C.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's correct, Councilmember Roden. It's a general tax, so in theory, we can use it for anything. You are, through this resolution, just expressing your intent based upon the needs of the city as you know them today. Of course, that can change at any time, and if need be, the city can reauthorize this. But it is a general tax that is available for any required or needed, general fund purpose. But based upon the needs of the city and the status of the roads in the city, you have made the determination that you're going to focus it on certain items, streets, roads, infrastructure, those sorts of things. But that can change over time.
Ms. Roden, under Section 2 of the resolution, it states improving the city's long-term finances, maintaining important services such as damaging fixed roads, infrastructure, potholes, synchronizing traffic signals, maintaining traffic and pedestrian safety, and improving emergency evacuation routes.
Where is that?
Section 2 of the resolution.
All right, thank you.
Okay, anyone else? Fred?
I was just going to comment that this is if we had something such as the earthquake we had back in 2003, and we had general devastation throughout the city, it might be more wise for the city at that point to unanimously decide that we didn't need that money just to do the basic infrastructure, just to keep the city's streets open and the city functioning, just as an example. But we are committed to using it as we promised the people. That's why we have the Citizens Advisory Committee, or Oversight Committee. And they have certified that we have done so every time that we have expended any of that money thus far.
I have a question then. Actually, Elizabeth, can you then comment on the fact that it is in general funds, but with our commitment for streets and such, what is the public's right to remove this from collection? How does that work, and what would they have to do?
Sure. So it is a general tax. It's going to go into the general fund. You can use it for any allowable general fund purpose. Based upon our needs, like I said, you're likely going to use it for streets and roads. If the public wanted to repeal the tax, then we would just have to go through another election to remove it from the tax, or to remove that measure. I cannot talk today. I apologize.
That's right.
But
So
it would just be another election process.
So it's the next general election. So basically, or could it be a special election for some reason that, and then it'd be a 50% plus one for the entire city?
Yes.
Yeah. Is that how it would work?
Yep.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. I just want to make sure that's clear to everybody, because there doesn't have a sunset, but there is a mechanism for the public to take it away from streets and our use of it. So, okay. Very good. Any other questions on my side? Pro Tem Gregory.
Go ahead, Chris.
Going back, it's attachment number 6 is it says attachment number 3, but that lists the priorities. Just for anybody that's listening, it's the point that Council Member Roden made as far as what the priorities are.
Pro Tem Gregory.
Yeah, Elizabeth, do we need to make each action or resolution separately?
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, please. Separate actions.
All right. Council finished on this point? Okay, we'll open up the general public comment. Dale?
Dale Guston. Yes, as you know, I was against not having a sunset clause, but also you need to make it clear on the record that you're going to have the oversight committee in place all during the time that this ordinance is in place, please.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think we can stipulate that. That's always our intent. Is there anything in language to that effect, Elizabeth, in the resolutions? I don't recall.
They're not, Mr. Mayor, they're not in the resolutions, but they are called out in the staff report that there is a separate oversight committee.
Okay.
Correct.
All right. Very good. Thank you, Ryan. Okay, we'll close public comment and bring it back then to council for direction.
I'm ready to make a motion.
Pro Tem Gregory, go ahead.
Everybody else. So I'd like to move that we approve Resolution 24XXX. A, authorizing the Director of Administrative Services to execute the agreements with the California Department of Tax and Fee Administration for implementation of local transaction and use tax.
Second.
Motion by Gregory, second by Roden. Any discussion? Call for the question.
Councilmember Gregory,
Yes.
Councilmember Roden,
Aye.
Councilmember Bausch,
Aye.
Councilmember Strong,
Aye.
Mayor Hammond.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, I'd like to make a motion that we approve item number 2, which is approve Resolution 24XX. B, authorizing the examination of sales or transactions and use tax records.
Second.
Motion by Gregory, second by Roden. Any discussion? Okay, call for the question.
Councilmember Gregory,
Yes.
Councilmember Roden,
Aye.
Councilmember Bausch,
Aye.
Councilmember Strong,
Aye.
Mayor Hammond.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
Okay, and item number 3, I move that we approve Resolution 24XXXC, expressing the intent to prioritize spending of future measure I-24 sales tax revenues.
Second.
Okay, motion by Gregory, second by Roden. Any discussion? Call for the question.
Councilmember Gregory,
Aye.
Councilmember Roden,
Aye.
Councilmember Bausch,
Aye.
Councilmember Strong,
Aye.
Mayor Hammond.
Aye.
Motion passes unanimously.
And finally, I'd like to move that we approve to authorize the Administrative Services Director to take all further actions necessary to implement Measure I-24's half-cent transaction and use tax, sales tax, approved by the city voters.
Second.
And
Motion.
I'm sorry, Mr. Gregory, just so we can clarify on that motion, that would include authorizing the Director of Administrative Services and the city attorney to make any modifications to these resolutions to comply with CDTFA regulations.
So I'll include that in my motion.
And I'll second
Thank you.
that.
Second's okay with that too? Okay. Any other questions? Call for the question. Thank you.
Councilmember Gregory,
Aye.
Councilmember Roden,
Aye.
Councilmember Bausch,
No.
Councilmember Strong,
Aye.
Mayor Hammond.
Aye.
Motion passes.
Okay. Very good. That then brings us to the end of our special meeting tonight.
Motion to adjourn?
Yeah, looks like we have nothing else
Second.
online here, so we'll go ahead and call for a motion.
Bausch.
Bausch, motion. Gregory, second. All in favor?
Aye.
We're adjourned.